from the last episode.
I was afraid for her. I convinced her to flee. I was afraid she'd be held responsible for tonight. I didn't want to take any risks.
And you're just confessing like that?
And let the vampire story continue. Hello everyone, and welcome to the next episode of Vampire the Masquerade Swansong, this time without Morbius jokes. As you can see, we're playing as GALEB, and we are right in front of our child, Beryl Underwood, about whom we need to read a little bit. And I know some of you may not be into reading the codex, but it is super useful in this game. It gives us more lore background, as well as it gives me more clues to solve the confrontations and to talk with people and get that knowledge. So please let me know in the comments if you like the codex bits. I personally really enjoy them, and I don't mind reading them all. So let's check out Beryl. Actually, we don't have Beryl here just yet. So look at this. We have Jara, Journey, Richard, Victoria Ash, Deneb, Dajon, April, Bosley, but we do not have our dear child. Well, I guess we need to talk to him in order to get that. Let's try it out. Ominously approaching my child. Hey, baby. Hey, son. How do you...
My most honored sire, you're wasting your time here.
I'd forgotten about your abject fawning.
I call it respect. It appears that it's something that sewer rats know nothing about. Apparently, Caius feels he's entitled to refuse to see a member of the Primogen. I won't forget it.
Alright, so of course there's no way for us to match our own child. Beryl has really beef stats in this game, and it is indicated in the background when we read the background of GALEB that Beryl is super capable of everything, and I'm not even going to try it. Too bad for him.
Sorry to hear it.
Tell me, you haven't introduced me to your charming protege yet.
Zufeng.
Yes, Zhu Feng, a name that's as delectable as her blood, I'm sure. Ah, you're planning to introduce her to the very select club of GALEB Bazoris progeny, aren't you?
We could try to defend ourselves. His focus is up there, and we just cannot match this guy. God damn. I'm not going to defend myself. You be jelly if you want to be jelly. Also, we know already that Beryl is interested in Zhu Feng himself. He wants her for his child, so that's going to be interesting.
I hope that the prince will allow me to, shortly.
I hope so for your sake. Who knows? Dear Hazel is so unpredictable. At any rate, it would be an honor for me to welcome and guide her.
You will speak of nothing with her at all.
Is that an order?
A word of advice.
Oh, pardon me. I fell out of the habit of receiving advice from you so long ago. Well, if you'll excuse me, I must end this ever-so-pleasant conversation. I need to find a way to avoid losing too much money.
He's such a piece of ventru. I did get myself trait chatterbox. Let's see. Traits are positive and negative effects. We know that already. I replayed the game, so that's why it shows up again. Because the episode of Victoria Ash, as you remember. So everything that we've seen before that, I haven't actually went through that. By letting down his guard, GALEB has let his first child get to him, and this will be noticed. His authority is weakened. Minus 10% success rate in intimidation tie. No, that's a negative trait. But we couldn't do anything else. Shit. Well, I am not happy about not having the stats specifically to be aimed against this guy. I think one day I'm going to replay this game specifically with the traits and, I mean, abilities chosen to beat him in all confrontations. Just like every single time. Anyway, we gotta find Caius Leto.
As expected. Nobody's answering.
Mr. Bazzori, can I help you?
I need to see Caius.
He doesn't want anyone to bother him.
Prince's orders.
I see. He's holed up in the server room.
That was easy.
You'll need a pass to get in. There's one on his desk.
Thank you.
That was very easy. I guess we sometimes do have some authority. What about this? Study writing, deduction. Let's try it out.
Beryl's handwriting. He was trying to contact his associates.
Lifreux.
This is a handwritten list. These names sound familiar.
Alright, so Beryl is trying to contact his associates to lose less money as the effect of the code red happening around in here. I see, I see. What do we have there? Hi.
I don't really have time for this.
Y'all look very serious here. Education, I have education only on one, unfortunately.
Blood tests from the Red Salon.
Okay. Wait, what was written on this card? Warning. Six batteries? Something batteries. Warning, something batteries. Change batteries? No, that was too short. I don't even know. What's there? Examine?
That looks like the key to a
How long has
safe.
it been since we've had an
I'm
alert
gonna
like
take
this?
that.
I've got no idea.
Very high security key left in a place like this. Wow. Wow. 10-year report on mortal evolution and environmental degradation. Pollution and environmental degradation are some of the major problems currently plaguing the planet. These scourges are caused by a variety of factors that adversely impact the basic functions of the ecosystem and thus the sustainability of all life resources and mortal existence. These environmental problems, especially global warming, are currently very worrying for the future of the planet and consequently on the maintenance at a satisfactory qualitative level of our blood supply. Several phenomena are responsible for the degradation and pollution of the environment. Overpopulation. It presents a danger for the environment because the increase of the population requires more buildings, more food, which involves deforestation, as well as an overexploitation and the pollution of the
Nothing
land.
new on the police scanners.
Production
They're
of
always one step behind. Keep it up.
Production of polluting waste. The detritus and waste produced by humans are a major cause of environmental degradation. It comes from an intensive and unreasonable production of chemical products. This waste from industrial activities, factories, and hospitals is a source of toxic emissions. Large-scale production is also a threat to the environment because it leads to air, water, and soil pollution and has direct effects on human, animal, and plant health. It is actually pretty interesting that vampires would actually be very worried about the degradation of the planet and humans eventually like facing their own demise. But that's the current thing. Like if you have eternal life and if you're thinking not just 100 years ahead but say few hundred or maybe 1,000 years ahead, you might be actually super worried right now because we're not
As
in a very
expected.
good,
Nobody's
good
answering
space.
there either.
I feel like if you had so many years still in front of you and you need to maintain the healthy supply of food, and your food is pretty much depending on the temperature of the planet being low enough for them not to scorch to death, then probably it's something that every vampire should be very worried about. And that's interesting. It's a pretty cool tech. Caius? Is that here? I actually want to just go around and see.
Luckily,
if there's some
it
more
looks like
stuff.
everything is in order here.
Okay,
Can it wait?
it can wait. Yeah, sure. I'm just going to browse through all of your items, take all of your stuff. Semi-secular report on the evolution of the mortal world demography. Once again, all indicators are positive regarding the global population. It has doubled since the last census, which is a major bright spot. However, it should be noted that this concerns mainly the megalopolises. This is something to be monitored or even reversed by the end of the millennium. We'll also report another important issue that needs to be closely observed, the quality of mortals, which is starting to decline. Despite the trends
Nothing
toward
new on the
organic
police
and natural
scanners.
consumption
They're
that we
always
have
one step
encouraged
behind.
recently.
Keep it up.
I love how vampires have like their fingers literally in everything, including organic food promotion and marketing. The social and economic imbalances do not allow us to reverse the tendency of the decline in quality of our mortals. Also, we note a quantitatively satisfactory state of our resources at the expense of its quality. Interesting. So yeah, it is in vampires' interest for humans to be well-fed, well-nutritioned, and healthy in general, but unfortunately it is not the case with the majority of the population currently. What do we have here?
Can I help you with something?
I see the interview room is locked. Server room.
If I can do anything to help, let me know.
You can let me through. I know it's not something that you are going to help me with. Have I missed any save or anything in there? We just gotta go in.
Kai's office. The key card must be in there.
Possibly. Let's use the key here. What is that? Old coins. So is that the consumable for Ventru? Denarius, florin, pound, or dollar. After 3 centuries spent accumulating wealth, GALEB has forged a special bond with money. It is no longer a symbol of power nor a means to an end. It is a part of him. Aww, it restores to willpower because we love money so much. That's cute. Ah, the Ventru. Business cards for a mem, photographs for Polaroids for Leisha, and money for GALEB. It just works. Look at these cool paintings with a Nosferatu clan symbol in the middle. Getting more and more distorted on the side. Can I actually check it out? Is there like a checkout thing? No. What do we have here? Someone took some stuff from their console sheet. Mark Nightingale eliminated. Janine Jones okay. Clara Fitzpatrick eliminated. Rudy Blake to check. Michael Dank to check. Robert William. Do I know anyone from these people? What do you mean eliminated? What is the difference in between eliminated and okay? Because I always thought that eliminated means okay. I don't know. Interesting.
These screens aren't going to watch themselves.
You are literally not watching. Okay, you're watching the screen now. Okay, sorry. Examine.
I've seen Caius use this type of card to access the servers.
Oh. Must be the one that we need to use to get there. Right, so we are checking out places. Take it.
Security has been increased to the maximum. I've never seen anything like it.
You're very old, GALEB. You should have seen something at least a bit like this. Consult this. Ah, the security code. I am so going to hack this. I'm so going to find myself the little notes. No notes here. I assume there's going to be no note here about that, but let me hear something. No numbers, alright. Alright. I'm going to find this. There's nothing there. What about here?
Were you able to reach your
any
contact?
cards?
No, still nothing. I don't like this.
She always said she preferred paper to digital.
Jara Drury. That is, I haven't seen that before. That's her pen. Let's read out about Jara, because we actually haven't, and I'm very interested in getting to know more about this character. Jara here. Not here. No. Jara Drury. There we go. We don't have a picture of Jara, so we don't know how Jara looks like. That's fine. Nosferatu, generation 8. Date of embrace 1801. Sire Petra. Double agent. Jara was originally from Vis, a small fishing village off the coast of Croatia. Arriving in Boston in 1841, she left behind a life of misery and prostitution along with her sire, whom she was careful not to let get wind of her departure. Her natural distrust of other kindred pushed her to settle in the city's sewer system, where she aspired to a life of solitude. Sadly, it only took a single mistake to be discovered and brought before Kurt Densch, one of the most influential and intimidating Nosferatu in the region. Much to Jara's surprise, Densch was disconcertingly transparent with her. He spoke to her of his allegiance to the British in New England and shared with her his intention to establish a vast Nosferatu spy network throughout the area. She was enamored of the idea. After a long period of observation, Kurt officially inducted Drury as an agent. She would spare no effort and stepped up her ingenuity to meet Densch's expectations. In particular, she managed to infiltrate a pocket of anti-British resistance, the Kindred of Liberty. We heard about them already, and went as far as to integrate herself with their primogen. This dual identity allowed her to pass on invaluable information to the British colonists, which they used to tighten their hold over Boston. This fruitful collaboration awakened feelings in Jara that she thought had died out long before, feelings for Densch, whom she so often worked with. Despite his unfriendly demeanor, Kurt was an honest man, straightforward and dependable, a man who Drury realized she had much in common with, though she dared not take the plunge. 15 years later, Kurt would do it for her. Turncoat, 2008. The fall of London rocked the British colonies in America. Jara was unshaken and maintained her cover, while in the shadows the network of Nosferatu tightened its ranks. Kurt disappeared. Thinking at first that he was on a long mission, Jara looked to her peers for answers without success. Weeks turned to months, then years. With the beckoning taking over the British leaders away, Jara abandoned her dual identity and firmly integrated herself among the Americans. She took advantage of her purported involvement in the fight against the colonists to gain access to the primogen of the city's new prince, Hazel Iverson, who made Jara her chief of security. Jara may have changed her allegiance, but her heart still clung desperately to Kurt, whom she still hoped to see return. Something deep with her kept her from giving up. In the meantime, Jara does what she must to survive and drowns her loneliness in work and excess. Aww. Well, that's sad. We can also read a little bit about Caius. I'm interested to read more about Kay. And also, of course, yeah, I thought that Caius' letter is the K, but the letter that we saw in Jara's place was actually to Kurt. So the mysterious K in the letter was Kurt, who I'm not sure if we are going to be able to meet. I don't see him on the list in here, but maybe, who knows? What about Caius? From the top, Nosferatu Generation 10th, date of embrace 2000, and sire Calebros or Salebros. Caius was born in Brooklyn in 1957. His only memories of his modest childhood are of the time he spent taking refuge in neighborhood libraries to escape the bleakness of his existence. They say that when you have nothing in your life but books, you end up a librarian. Caius Leto was no exception to the rule. He would go from being a mediocre student to an exploited worker in one of those libraries he had so loved as a child. A reserved and lonely man, he let people walk all over him and stayed late into the night, wandering the shelves, tirelessly sorting the books, scanning the volumes methodically. For years, he expanded his knowledge in a multitude of fields, never to boast and without a single soul to talk to. Oh, Caius! It was not until 1997 that a real interaction with another human took place. Around that time, Caius had gotten a job at the prestigious New York Public Library. The irony was that this person that he found wandering the halls as the night fell was no longer truly human in the same sense as him. It was the great Salebros, or Calebros, I don't know, a kindred renowned for his thirst of knowledge, the erstwhile Prince of New York. Wow! Caius was intrigued by this character, who spoke with him of subjects that fascinated him. As for the Nosferatu, he was surprised to find in this man a part of himself that he had long forgotten. Salebros returned every night, got to know Caius, and fed on him regularly. On the first night of January in the year 2000, as the city rang in the new year, he embraced the librarian and revealed to him what had just happened. He could agree to be his child or see his existence be extinguished. Caius remained with his sire, who educated him about the secrets of his clan. His new way of life was not terribly different from his past existence. He adapted to it quickly. The former librarian proved to be an excellent student. He learned quickly and earned the respect of the others. So far reading about Caius, I gotta say, I feel empathy for the guy, and I am going to definitely be softer on him if we meet him, but maybe there's going to be something coming that will change my mind. Who knows? Ever since Kurt, in 2014, the elders began to feel the call of the beckoning that pushed them to leave one after another. Salebros felt he would not resist for long. As such, he asked his favorite child to leave New York, to find his place elsewhere. Caius obeyed, as he always did. He went on a tour of North America's seats of knowledge. After a period of wandering, his path took him to Boston, where Hazel Iverson had just taken power. She asked him to remain in her court to assist Jared Rory, her chief of security, which Caius readily accepted. Okay. Yeah, I feel for Caius. I totally feel for him. Where can I find the password to this thing? Not here. Not there. Not here. If there's going to be any you cannot go back anymore
Luckily,
sign,
it looks like
I'm going
everything is in
to
order here.
still try to go back and find this. Can I click this? Oh yeah. That looks good.
I've got more important things to do.
I assume so.
I don't think I'm the person you need.
Yeah, I need this guy, but I want to check out the PCs first. Oh, I can hack this. A lot of willpower, but I can do that.
The Crimson Oaks. I've never heard of them.
Crimson
But
Oaks.
Caius is interested in them. He has a whole file on them.
Suspected activities. Index Quincy Market Investigation Report. Link: the Crimson Oaks could be behind the aborted attack. The Cape Cod Jellyfish seem to have an exclusive backer, recently. Octo Market. Several deliveries to a new group in town, according to Octo. Crimson Oaks suspected activities. Quincy Market Investigation Report. The Crimson Oaks could be behind the aborted attack. The Cape Cod Jellyfish seem to have an exclusive backer recently. Octo Market, several deliveries to a new group in town according to Octo. Jacqueline Strauss, one of her
We're gonna need
Quincy
more hands
clients mentioned
The others should be securing the lines.
One of her Quincy clients mentioned the Crimson Oak several times. Quincy surveillance. Several abandoned buildings were recently used as a temporary havens by a group of individuals. Appendix annotated map of Boston. Okay. Well, that's
A
interesting.
list of ingredients and side effects.
Okay, so if we talk to him, that's actually over. What do we have here, Caius?
A list of ingredients and side effects.
Ooh.
Dijon wanted to warn us about the Hartford Chantry's favorite rituals.
Okay.
He doesn't trust Deneb Osborne.
Oh, the Jean and the Neb. They have a thing between each other, huh? Alright, good to know, good to know. Ooh, there's something here too.
These servers hold all of our secrets. I understand why they're so well protected.
I do understand as well, but I am wondering if your pin code isn't as well protected. Maybe. Alright, so I checked everywhere and I do not see...
Miss Joy isn't here. But so far, we're doing all right.
Alright, so I checked everywhere and I do not see the pin code to his PC anywhere. I am sorry I failed you, but as long as it's not this one, I mean, we can try. Maybe 7405 is the one. 7405. 7405. What about this one? Does it work? Consult. 7405. Nope. Alright, that doesn't work. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, it's probably somewhere there. It's just I can't find it. There's no place in here that looks like it, at least. So, let's just talk to Caius and assume we're just stupid enough as a Ventru.
I'm gonna cut this one off soon.
We're an old person, you know, an old Ventru, so we just couldn't work with the computer. That's an RP part.
I imagine she sent you. Finally, some good news on this shitty night.
What's the situation?
Not good. Not good at all.
The prince needs more than that. I hope you've got it.
You want details?
Yeah. Alright. Can you tell me more?
Tell me what happened.
Everything was going as planned until 11:10 p.m. The prince's child, Miss Sellers, contacted me. The Hartford Warlocks had just arrived. That's the last time we heard from any of them. Less than 20 minutes later, we received the code red, just as we were leaving to join them.
Who issued the code reds?
Who sounded the alert?
A man named Wu. Ever heard of him? A retainer, one of Jason Moore's bodyguards.
Moore, the asset manager. What was he doing at the unification party?
He was supposed to answer technical questions about the financial viability of the agreement. Moore is good at hiding our kind trafficking. He's one of them, after all.
Who received the message here?
And you're the one who received the code red, personally.
It arrived directly, here. It's authentic. I verified it.
Alright.
Anything that could be of interest to the prince?
I'm working on it. Jara Drury is the expert, not me. If only she was here.
Anarchs?
Any movement with the Anarchs?
As usual, they're keeping their distance. You know it's always a pain in the ass to locate them.
That's good, because if it would be easy, then they will be all dead. Chantry?
Any word from Hartford?
Do you think it's them?
It would be ill-fated.
I knew we should never have trusted those damn warlocks.
Caius have a very simple opinion on Tremere, and I share it. The thing is, it's interesting how he mentioned that Hartford folks arrived to the place, and after that the code red was there. Well, Osborne arrived later, was supposed to arrive later with Everson, so he's for sure alive. But I assume that code red also affected the other Hartford Tremere, so I'm not really sure what's going on. I mean, on the other hand, we did read that Hartford is the kind of a place where only one person can be in the know, and the others, if they get too smart, they get eliminated. So maybe what Osborne did is he sent those Tremere that were too capable already, so they would just die and like revert the attention from himself, but also eliminate those that were just a problem for him. Maybe, who knows? What about Jara?
Any sign of Jara?
Nothing at all. And that's not good.
Oopsie.
According to the protocol, she should have been there early. If they got hit, she would have been first in line.
Go on.
There's one thing we haven't considered. The Crimson Oaks.
I've heard of them. Yeah, we did.
They were behind the Quincy Market attack, weren't they?
I don't have any proof. We just caught a thin blood who wanted to trap the prince, and who told us about them. Apparently they're new in town, but Mr. Rory thinks he's giving us the runaround.
Did you look into it?
I tried, but I didn't have the resources to discover anything else.
Leave no stone unturned.
Hello?
It's Morbin time.
You. It's about damn time. Shit. What? You're... Hello? Damn it! I lost them.
Who was it?
Woo. Shit. Now it's just ringing.
What did he say?
The party was indeed attacked. Apparently it was a real bloodbath. He and James had just enough time to get more out. They're stopping by his place to pick up some sensitive documents.
And then what? Are they coming here?
I don't know. We got cut off.
Call him back. I'll inform Hazel.
This is a critical moment for us. I have summoned you here tonight to organize our reaction to an imminent threat.
What threat exactly? We've got no reason yet to
Cut her off again and I'll slit your throat.
Oh! Excuse me!
Careful, Hazel.
How dare you speak to me like that?
Enough! I command you to be silent and listen to me.
Oh, so that's how it is.
Yes!
That's enough, Beryl.
Yes, it's come to this. You would do well to listen to your sire. We have just been attacked. This is not a time for childish displays of discontent. GALEB, the Code Red was sent by Wu. Go to Moore's and find out what's going on.
As you wish.
And bring Moore back to me. He was supposed to be at the party. I don't understand why he's the only one who was able to call us. I would like to speak to him very much.
Consider it done.
I trust you. He might be involved in this, so gather any documents you can find there that could tie us to him.
Very well.
Delson, see if you can get Caius to find us a new middleman in the cane business to manage our interests. I don't want to take any chances. Then, I want you to talk to everyone. Somebody must have seen or heard something. Dajan, make sure all our defenses are in place.
Yes, Hazel.
You will go to the old Jefferson Library.
What's there?
That's where the Hartford Chantry calls home here. I gave them the building so they could have a base in Boston.
I demand to take her place.
Request denied.
What game are you playing, Hazel? It's a suicide mission.
It's all right. I got this. I'm not made of sugar.
She's not ready for this kind of mission. I should go with her, at the very least.
No, you will remain here. Goes alone.
We're gonna die.
Why don't you send Dajan instead?
Enough, Hilda. Dajan has work to do elsewhere, and I don't need to explain myself.
I want to die.
Hazel, if anything happens to her, I'll...
Nothing, Hilda. You'll do nothing.
Oh dear.
It's high time you learned to trust her.
Which one of us are you planning to send to the party?
She's already left.
What? Who?
I sent Leisha.
Are you serious? A few hours ago, she was snoozing behind locked doors in a psych ward.
You're playing a dangerous game, Hazel. Without us, you would never have come into power.
You've chosen the worst possible moment to turn your back on us.
On the contrary, I find this moment very appropriate. I am the Prince of Boston, and you are the Primogen. I owe you nothing. Delson, escort them out. The session is adjourned. You all have your instructions.
Damn! Hazel! Hazel's badass. I don't think it's a good idea, because, like, Primogen... So, okay, Primogen are few vampires, okay? They may not have the power of a prince, but there is a few of them. If all Primogen are against you, I mean, as for now, I don't think they are, but if all the Primogen are against you and you have no other supports, then you might as well be as good as done. But if you are, I mean, if you have a help of Leisha, GALEB, I guess Dejan, I guess the sheriff is also on her side, and yeah, she might be good. She might be fine. But this is, I mean, I feel like she does this because she knows that one of her Primogen must have betrayed her, and she doesn't yet know who. But she knows that it had to be some of them, because it had to be someone close to her, as she feels this doom, like impending doom, and the fact that there were some assassination attempts on her, and now this. I don't know. It's interesting. So we didn't have any alternatives nor failures, actually. So I guess not getting to the PC was not really a big deal. And yeah, I think this is a good moment to end this episode. And I will see you in another one. This was exciting. And this ended in a way that gives me a lot of hope we'll uncover more about the Primogen and see who the hell is behind all of that. So, because Beryl seems to be the obvious bad guy, so I don't think it's Beryl. Like, it has to be someone that doesn't seem to be that much of a bad person. But we'll see. Alright, see you. Don't get lost in the night, and goodbye.